Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we are back again with another Alliance War. This time I'm going to be using Warlock, Human Torch and Nick Fury, all rank 3 6 stars, and that team is quite sexy if I may say so. Right, we're up against NXS, but as always we are making it difficult for ourselves. As we can see, we had a error in defense placement, so we actually placed with 149 diversity. It was not even that somebody placed a champion that they shouldn't. There was just a champion missing on a team, so somebody placed with 4 champions. But either way, that meant that in an event of a tie, we would end up losing the war. Other than that, there shouldn't have been too significant, huge consequence. However, obviously, there was just a tiny bit of extra pressure added. Right, I'm going to start on path 1 in section 1, which used to kind of be my standard path, but I haven't actually done it for quite a while. And then I'm going to go on to path 4 and also have like one of the joint fights, which is actually going to be a bit dodgy, so to speak. Overall, this is a fairly brief war for me. I only end up doing like 5 fights or something like that. So definitely not the biggest amount. So I put up a medium set of boosts, didn't even like boost up to the gills. And we're ready for action. So far, ASR is 4-0 in the season. I think we are currently in the top spot. So obviously we do want to remain that way. And yeah, first fight is Tigra. Now, most of the time, I think I use like Dr. Doom to take this Tigra, but really you can kind of do it with anyone. It isn't all that hard of a fight. Initially, it's just kind of important not to get cornered and get clapped. I did end up getting cornered, but I did manage that intercept on time. And now at this point, the fight's pretty much in control. I do have a couple smolders on me active already, and 3 smolders. So slowly but surely, the Tiger is going down. Medium set of boost once again. She's a mystic, so more smolders are helping me for sure. She gets her unblockable now, but it's not all that scary or important anymore. Overall, 40 seconds and the fight is done. Human Torch up against the Mystic Champion. Dunzos. Right, now we have Piggy. Now, Piggy is actually a fairly dodgy opponent. I don't know exactly what it is about Spider-Ham, but those animations are just confusing with a capital C. And it's one of those champions that always somehow forever ends up tagging me. I have died to Piggy in past at some point using Quake. Obviously, we all remember Gauntlet Piggy, and I'm quite sure at some other point Piggy has taken my number as well. So I'm not gonna say I have some sort of PTSD, but Spider-Ham is definitely one of those champions that makes me wary, in the very least. And therefore, I do feel a lot safer whilst I'm using Nick Fury, because even if something is gonna go wrong, I do have that second life, and that's just kind of like another leg to stand on, another safety net for you. But as you can see here, even through that masochism, I'm doing well enough to damage Spider-Ham. I have class advantage in this fight. All the bleeds and everything else also help me mitigate the masochism heal in itself. Finishing with light attacks puts on bigger bleeds, and fairly straightforward fight there. Now I'm gonna end up waiting for a teammate of mine clear that Jabari Panther, and then I'm gonna move on to path 4. So first fight on that path 4 is Void, and it's steady build up unblockable. So at any given point when I get like 3 debuffs, I think Void's gonna go unblockable, but that's about it. So Nick Fury is kind of pretty much a perfect matchup here. And again, just because of that life model decoy in second life, you can feel so much more confident in doing the fight. I will mess it up at some point. It's going to be kind of a silly reason why I mess it up that I'm going to explain in a moment. But yeah, I will make a mistake, unfortunately. However, so far the fight goes great. Obviously, class advantage, Void's not bleed immune. Here, I'm dropping my level 2, but I'm always used to stun working because I'm used to having tactical charges when I drop my level 2s. I didn't in this case, and the stun didn't trigger, which is a perfectly reasonable thing, but in my head it was like, I'm dropping a level 2, Void's gonna be stunned. And it turned out he isn't, and that's how I got clipped. But ultimately, this is the last fight I need Nick Fury for. So, no harm, no foul, really, there. As in, like, even the fact that I lost some health, it's fine. It really is. And now I have Havoc to take down with this Warlock. Now, there is one thing that you do not want to do that typically you want to do in this fight. Now, because if I get 3 debuffs placed on me, then Havoc goes unblockable. And Havoc places Plasma Charge on me whenever a bleed is triggered on him. So if I would drop a heavy attack, I would gain 1 debuff. If I drop another heavy attack, I would gain 2 debuffs. And that is something you really, really don't want. At the same time, I'm playing Warlock in a manner that makes sure that Havoc never uses special attack. You can see that I'm nearly at my level 2 here at this point, and he hasn't yet to drop a special attack. Now I push him past the bar of power, but also I drop my level 2, and that power drains him back below a bar of power. And that is one of the reasons why I absolutely love running Warlock in Alliance War, because if opponent has willpower active, you can pretty much have most of the fights where opponent never gets an opportunity to drop a bar, well, a special attack in general. So I'm going to go once again for level 2 and the fight is over. Very brief, very quick fight. And yeah, Warlock absolutely beasts this fight. Now the next fight where I was like an energy short, and this one is a bit dodgier fight because Wolverine Weapon X, it's not technically the most demanding fight, but at the same time it is quite scary because vast majority of the fight you end up going up against an unblockable opponent that's aggressive, hit hard, and mistakes can happen. And mistakes will happen. Mistakes will happen for me. And unfortunately, they'll happen early on. And they can largely be my fault. Well, this first one, that's on me. I got too anxious trying to land that intercept. So that's fine. That's on me. That's why I did put on that Indestructible 3 boost. And you'd think it's fine. But here I miscounted his charges and he went unstoppable in the middle of my combo. And at this point I was already worried. But here I drop a level 2 to kind of like regenerate a decent amount of health. Now I just wanted to bait out a heavy attack, and now I can land in an intercept, get that Fury. And at this point here, fight is already kind of under control. I have not that much to worry about. I'm going to go in for another level 2 that pretty much finishes off the war for me. So a very, very dodgy start. But, you know, that's why you have the 3-minute boost. That's why you boost up. And very smooth finish of the fight. And yeah, that was it for that. This is more or less how the war finished. The time when I was doing my fights, we were, I believe it scored like 5-1, but we ended up finishing the entire war with a single death in between all 3 battle groups. So that is a good war. That is more or less the standard you must have if you want to fight for top 3 these days. 1-2 deaths, because 2 can be too many already. I really hope they do change some things with Alliance War. I really do hope they change the map, they change the defensive tactics. All of the defensive tactics are kind of like borderline useless-ish. But that being said, still deathless in the season. ASR currently is 5-0, so that is obviously very, very good start. And hopefully, the first season with the newly buffed up Alliance War rewards, we can finish first, because that gives a tier 5 CC selector. It'll be very nice to be able to choose which tier 5 CC you want, not to mention extra amounts of tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic, which is current kind of like hot chase resource. Last bit, I'm actually not entirely sure if I'm going to keep uploading all of the Alliance Wars of the season. I might do 3 wars in one and like make a longer video once a week or something like that, because typically they don't seem to be doing too well at all. They're some of my least viewed videos, unfortunately, even though I do personally enjoy making them. So we'll see what happens with that. I just wanted to give people heads up that I might just either stop doing Alliance War videos, or that I might do some sort of compilation or one video for 3 wars where I just showcase a couple of more interesting fights and give you guys a summary or something. We'll see. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will in fact catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about